Hey everyone, so today I'm going to show you how to make I think it's going to be 5 shaped cards. I want to do like a shaped card series, so I'm doing my scraps videos. I haven't done them for the last, I think, 2 weeks just because I've had a launch and a lot of other deadlines and commitments. So what I thought I would do is, if you're new to the channel and you haven't seen my scraps videos before, check out the playlist here because there are tons, there's so many on there. But I thought it'd be quite nice to start to shape the cards and still use our scraps. So the shape I'm going to do this week is circle, and then I'm going to do like triangle, hexagon, octagon, and we just kind of work our way through the shapes. So I've pulled out this paper pad here. I've had this for many years, probably about 4 years now, and I have used it in scraps videos before, but I had it was one of the few that I had larger scraps. So it's still a scraps video, but you do need your slightly more larger scraps for this one. But there are some where I will be using small bits as well. But you can see mainly what's left in here now is just toppers and sentiments. I don't think, oh, there's a pattern paper there. It's very, very pretty. Like I said, you might still be able to find it online. Try eBay, places like that. So what you want first is a 6x6 card blank. If you don't have these, you can you need a piece of 12x6, and along the 12-inch side score at 6 inches, and that will give you your 6x6 fold. Or you can do this using your A4 and even your letter size paper as well. So if you've got your A4, just fold it in half. It should be around the 5 7/8 mark will be the center line, and then cut it so it's 5 7/8 by the A4 width. And if it's letter size, it'll be 11, and then you'll cut it by 5.5 and then score at 5.5. Okay, then you want to take a circle. You want something that's nearly as big as the square. This one was actually from my 3D display die set, so if you've got that one, I used the largest die there. And you're going to lay it over the card, and where the fold is, you want the die to just slightly overhang. Okay, if you don't have dies, you could use a side plate here. You might have something in your in your home that's going to be similar size. And then if you probably is worthwhile just tacking that in place, and then you want to pass that through your machine, and it will cut through both layers. I'm using my Sizzix Big Shot and I've not had any issues. This is about a 220 GSM cardstock. You can see there that the cut line's just slightly overhanging. We want that to stay attached. And then you want to use that same die and just cut another circle, and you're going to stick that over the top, and then it will give you that full circle shape again on the front, because you'll see here we've got that slight flat side where the card joins. Okay, you don't have to do that. If you want to go straight in and do mats and layers and things, you can just keep that visible, but I do like to cover it. Plus it has been then bringing that strength back into the card again. And once I add mats and layers inside here to write my message, it becomes, a really strong card. So I'm just going to cover the front here with my glue. I'm using a construction glue. This is what I always use. So whenever you see me use the clear glue, it's the construction glue, and the white glue is my quick grab glue, and they're both linked below the video. And then just place that one. It's really easy to line up. It just, like I said, gives you that full circle again on the front. Now, right now, the card's going to roll when you stand it up. It's just going to do its own thing. So if you want that to stop, you need to land the card. So by that, we mean just snipping a little bit off of the edge. So open it up. You want to bring this down, I'm going to take about 1/4 of an inch off the bottom. But I want to keep this line here, this fold, so I know that this is straight. Just line it up with the track that's closest to what you want to cut away. So I've got this one here, which is at 5.5. Just make sure it just runs straight down there, like so. Oh, there we go. And then snip that off. So I've just taken that little bit off there. And now the card won't roll anyway, it's just going to stay where it is. I'll do that on all the others, but I'm just showing you that's how I've made all the circle cards that you're going to see me using. So they're all the same size. I just thought I'd show that at the beginning, and now you can just see me put together all the different designs. I'm going to be using some ribbons here. I'm looking around my craft room and going back to things that I used to use all the time, and I've just slowly stopped using them. So I've pulled some ribbons there that I think are going to match. And then I pretty much put a lot of the design kind of ideas together here, but you can see these were what I meant by the larger scrap pieces. So I was just playing around trying to see what I could cut. So a lot of the circles are, all around the scrap sizes that I had left, but I've still got, these kind of pieces, and we can do some other things with those as well. I've brought in some plain cardstock as well. So I've brought in this colour here because, again, I'm looking at what I've got a lot of, and I just had a massive chunk of this peachy colour here. See them all there, so I thought, right, let's get them used. I think I'm going to look for a paper pad and some scraps next week, maybe using this lemon yellow because I've got a lot of that as well. And I've also brought in this navy colour as well because I have quite a lot of that. And then just some other bits that I'm going to be using. I've got some punches. Again, you don't need these things. You can draw around things and you can use other shapes. But I'm using circle punches, and I've used this one as well. This is my circle cutter. This is fantastic. If you're someone who's got limited space, you can't have a lot of all of the gadgets and tools. This is a really handy one because it will cut any size circle you want. You've got all your measurements there. You've got them in centimetres and in inches, and you can just adjust it here. You can go past, you can go smaller than that as well. So I think it brings you down to about 3-inch diameter. So from 3 inches up to 13-inch diameter circle, you can cut using this. So it's a really handy tool. So I'll talk you through like the diameters that I've cut. So this one was using that navy card. So this is 5.5. So that's going to go on the top. And again, these are simple cards, not too much, you know, detail. We're just going to play around with the ribbons. And then this was one of the designs, one of the scraps that I had. And I cut let me just piece this one back together. Okay, so I cut this circle, which is 4 3/4 diameter. And then just fold the circle in half, pinch it, you know, and then cut it. That way, you know, you've got it right through the middle. I'm trying not to do too many measurements in these scraps videos either. It's meant to be easy. And then it will give you that half, and then fold that half in half, pinch it, cut it. And then if you want to fold that in half again, you would just fold it across and fold down there. So just fold everything. It's only paper. So what I thought I would do with this one is just, it started to look like a little porthole or a boat, you know, or a window on a boat. But by just cutting that circle smaller, you're able to pull out the shape to give you this window. I think this would look lovely. Like I said, you could have a sea scene, you could maybe do an inky background, but I just think that looks so pretty. And then these are the packs full of all these toppers, all these different ones. I just cut it down smaller, and then using my punch there, I'm going to pop this all up on some foam, and you can see with that in the middle there, I just thought that what a nice quick card. And then what I might do is maybe just make a little bow and then have that, you know, at the top here. I'm going to pop these up on foam, pop that up on foam. Obviously, if you don't want to have dimension, just stick it all down flat, and then I'll show you when it's all done. Okay, so that's card number 1 finished. You can see the dimension there with the foam, but like I said, you don't have to use the foam on this one. I think the bow looks really, really pretty. Very sweet little card. So on to number 2. Okay, so I've just been playing around. I think I'm going to go for that. So just simple, just building up those circles. So I've got all different sizes. So I'll just, again, give you the diameters. So the pattern piece at the back here is 5.5. Then this navy one is 4 3/4. This next pattern is 4 1/4. The small navy circle there is 2 3/4, and then the sentiment is about 2.5, just to sit on the back there. The strip is from the paper pad. It's just one of those decorative ones, and I just thought the ribbon looked quite nice through the middle there. I might cut flag tails on the end, or I might just trim it right off to the edge. I do kind of like it going right through the middle there. So again, stick it all down, and I'll show you when it's finished. That's card number 2 finished. I decided not to add the ribbon. I prefer it like that. And all the colours match really nicely. So for card number 3, one of the designs has these strips, and it shows all of the designs in the pad together. So I've cut the circle to 5 inches, and then I thought I would cut each piece away. So just work your way along. And you can do this even if it's not a design that has these panels. Just cut lots of strips of the same pattern, and it's still going to give a really nice effect. And then we're going to reassemble it all. Now I've cut this colour, but I think this is going to pop better against this card here. So I think I'm going to cut, I'll show you how this one works for anybody that's not seen the circle cutter in action. So I'll cut myself a, we'll do 5 1/4 diameter. So you've got your 5 inches is there, and then 5 1/4. Like so. Just twist it, tighten it. You've got your blade there, and there's extra blades as well. And then the blade is just under this square piece here, so you can kind of just roughly, you know, place it so that you don't waste card. And then just hold the card, make sure you've got a clear area, and just work your way around like so. So now we've got the layer there. Just make sure that's at the front, right way up. There we go. And then I don't think I said the size of the circle of this piece, so I'll just repeat myself again. Oh, hang on a minute. I might have to go bigger. I'm going to have to go bigger with that navy piece because it's almost the same size. I should have checked. I didn't. I just went straight in and cut it. But can you see how that's going to look? It's going to look really, really cool. I like that a lot. So I'm just going to cut. I'm going to use that circle on another card, so we won't waste that one. But it needs to be bigger, so we need to go to 5 1/2. Okay, so now we've got a thin white border, but that's better. I think these are going to look good again, popped up on some foam. Okay, so something, I think about there. That's card number 3 all finished. So I ended up adding this ribbon on the diagonal, which I thought looked really cool. And I've just tucked it under the ends with a little glue, popped the bow there as well. And then the sentiment I've just backed with that same navy card. I really like it. I like all the different, you know, the circle, like the curves of the circles, but then the angle of that piece of ribbon. I think it looks lovely. So that's card number 3. So with this one, I'm using that piece of navy card that I had left. I've got this one here, which I think is the same size, so I'm going to have to cut that down. So what I want to try and do with this is a starburst effect. So this is 5 1/4. I think I'm going to do this at 4 3/4, so I'm going to bring it down much smaller. So just adjust this, and I should be able to get away with it. You want to try and place that in the middle, and then just, you can, you know, imagine your blade just below that piece there. Just, you'll be able to hear it without pressing it down, but you'll be able to hear that it's on the paper there. Yeah, that sounds good. So now you want to push that down, hold it all. Okay, so now that's cut me a smaller piece. Yeah, I think that's going to work. So now again, not using any measurements, just fold it in half, pinch the ends, and then grab your trimmer or your scissors, line up those ends on the blade there, like so. Then we're going to do these pieces, so fold them in half. Again, just pinch that end there and there. And again, cut in half. And then you're going to cut this one in half again. So kind of like card number 1, but we want to cut these down again, and you might even want to half these pieces again. So just sit the fold there and that point on the blade, and yeah, it's going to kind of look like Trivial Pursuit. Do you remember the little pie piece that you had? We'll just try that in, we'll try this half first, and then if I feel I want to go smaller again, I might actually end up removing, just taking one out, so we've got more of a border. So let's just focus on this piece. And the idea is create, they're going to join closer in the middle. You want to keep this kind of border the same. I might, yeah, I think I might remove just the one. So take one out. That looks really pretty. And then again, any toppers are going to work, but like I said, in this one, you have all these circle ones. Look how pretty that looks. I spent way too long on this one. I did have that colour to start with, but I keep swapping it out for the navy colour. Apologies if you can hear any sound in the background. It's my dog with his toy that he's ripping apart right now. And then I just had my sentiment there, every drop in the ocean counts, and I've just turned it into a little flag towel. And if you get any of the little pips, I thought I took them all off, but they're just the like connecting pieces. Just snip those away there. But there you go. Beautiful. So that's card number 4. So last card. Okay, so I'm just having to play around. I want to use this topper, and I've got a lot of these pieces of scraps here, and it's got that beautiful design. You've got the floral detail, and then you've got the different anchors. So I've just used this punch here, which is 1 1/4-ish diameter. And I've just punched them out and just laid them out there, and I've popped some foam on the back. And then I kind of like that overlapping slightly. So it's like it sits over the tops of them. And then I love this sentiment, wild and free, just like the sea, just to bring in a slightly different colour that still matches, but I'm not sure yet how to attach it. I might do similar to that, but I'm liking that style, so I think I'm going to stick all of that down and just play around with the sentiment. So as always, at the end of the videos, I get you to comment below which one was your favourite. So this was number 1 with the 4 segments there. Number 2 was just the layering of all the different size circles. Number 3 was that panel effect, which I really like. That's one of my favourites, I think, along with this one here. Love that starburst effect. Every drop in the ocean counts. And then the last one there, number 5. It reminds me a little bit of a fidget spinner. I think you could, you know, adapt that for a kid's card. And if you pop it on a brad, you could even, you know, have it twisting around. I think that's really quite clever. So there you have it. 5 cards, 5 shaped cards using your scraps. And I think they've turned out really nicely. So thank you as always for watching. Like I said, check out the scraps playlist, and I'll have some other of those videos popping up now. You might want to watch them next. If you've enjoyed today, give me a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel, and consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. See you all again soon. Bye.